Two lighthouse keepers are on a remote and mysterious island off the coast of Maine, far off the coast of Maine, and a storm comes and they can't get off the island, or nothing good happens when two men are left alone in a giant phallus. But I mean, I think if it were literature from the period in which the film takes place, it would probably be called like a weird tale, and it certainly has horror elements, but it's more dreadful than horror. Like I know there's a lot of conversation about is The Witch horror or not, and I would say yeah. Whether and if I don't mind if people disagree, that's fine. But I would say that's a horror movie. This is something a little weirder. I had wanted to work with both of these gentlemen, and I offered Rob something on a movie that didn't happen, and he said he was only interested in doing weird things. So this was a weird thing.
I was a great admirer of The Witch, and so I sought Robert out and told him that I liked The Witch very much, and I said, listen, I'd love to do something with you. So this is something that came up very quickly, and it was a beautiful text, and I just love his approach, and so it was a no-brainer. It's something I sought out, and as soon as I saw the text, as soon as I saw the story and I heard Rob was involved, I thought this is great. You know, you see a movie that has a strength or a sensibility that you feel an affinity for, you sort of imagine who the filmmaker is. And my game is always I like to try to attach myself to filmmakers as an actor. They need actors, and I like to work with strong filmmakers. So you do seek people out. Sometimes the truth is you may not be right for someone's work, you know. But when I met Robert Eggers, we got two Robs here. It was really, and then we had about 12 other Robs. We were shooting in Canada. It was really Rob 1, Rob 2, Rob 3. When I met him, I felt like I would deeply enjoy he's very well researched. The stuff is very structured and well realized, and he gives actors very interesting things to do. And it's a nice challenge, very precise, but inside of that, there's a world of engagement that really interests me.
Probably in general, the accent was, I mean, it's quite an unusual accent for me. Even though when I watch it, it's relatively subtle, but there's a thing, Robert's kind of specificity, kind of, it's across all, it's all encompassing. But I mean, it was surprisingly difficult for me. I mean, I normally got quite an ear for accents, but this was, because it kind of wasn't exactly, but there's no real reference for it.
These old timey down east New England accents don't have rhotic R's, which in that hard R is a signpost for a Brit like Rob. So that became like that's super fascinating, right? Yeah, it's weirdly close. Yeah. So that made it tricky.
Yeah, and you can. It's kind of a combination of like 3 or 4 different accents, and if you just make one vowel mistake, then you suddenly are doing a different accent, and so and you can't really control it that much.